So, are you staying energized for your work and your business? A lot of people think that the more they work in their business, the better it's going to be for the business and for them. But the truth is, we soon get to a point of lag and we certainly don't want to get to burnout with a business. Because you're not thinking straight when you're at, in those places of burnout or just being exhausted by it. These things really affect our motivation and just our general energy levels and our ability to think clearly, and to be productive as well. So how do we stay energized for our business? We have to contain our business in a way that we know that there are certain hours we're going to put in, and then we're going to have a certain amount of rest or a change from it, because it's there that we re-energize ourselves. It might just be through doing something else completely. It's also really, really important to be physically active if you have a business where you're sitting around a lot on a computer. Okay, it's vital actually, because there's just too many people at the moment who are becoming anxious and all the rest of it. And a lot of that's to do with just too much sitting and too much screen work and not getting their blood pumping around their body properly, which leads to, a foggy brain and not being able to think clearly and low energy levels and all the rest of it. Also, if we're not getting enough vigorous activity, our lymph system, doesn't have a heart, okay, our lymph system only gets activated throughout our body through physical exercise, generally. So if we're not getting enough vigorous physical exercise, our lymph system, which is the one that helps to get rid of all the toxins out of our body, okay, it gets very sluggish, and that is really not good for our health. It's also not good for our mental clarity and all of that as well. But definitely, our whole system suffers from a sluggish lymph system. And then, of course, you want oxygenated blood from your heart pumping around, well, to oxygenate your brain. You need good, fresh oxygen in your brain for it to work well. So once again, if we're sitting around all day and we never get really moving and we never get a little bit of going, and maybe a little bit of sweat even, which is good, then you're going to find that you start to get very muddy. And when we get muddy, then it's easy to get worried. And then when we start to get worried, it's easy to become unproductive because we're worrying all the time rather than just getting on and do things. And when we're like that, it's harder to make decisions. And when we can't make decisions, then we get anxious. And it just goes on and on and on and on. And then we find we've got high blood pressure. And then, So when you're in business, you've really got to understand that taking time out from your business is just as important as working your butt off in your business. Because that's your time for refocus, reset, de-stress, clearing the slate, if you like, and getting your energy back and focus back for what you're doing with enthusiasm and with some sense of drive behind it. Okay? So, yeah, our priorities have to include self-care. Self-care. And I know that this is something that seems to go out the window. And it's not just for women in business, who have children and, because of course fathers have children too, but you know what I mean? It's not just women. Men as well often just don't take that time to look after their body and look after their mind by doing things to completely switch off from their business, completely leave it behind for, a while. So I hope you think about that and look at your own schedule, and if you haven't already, make sure you program in proper time for exercise, for rest, for having fun, that 3-letter word, which, God, could almost be like a 4-letter word these days because so many people don't seem to get a lot of it. Whatever happened to fun? and getting off the damn computer. So, you know, we need to program time in for this, otherwise it just doesn't happen. Put it as a priority. Give yourself that, because you know what? Your business ain't going to be much chop if you die of whatever, you know, a heart attack early or whatever. And the truth is, you're just not going to be much fun to live with either if you don't look after yourself in those ways. So do it as a favour to yourself, a favour to any maybe staff you're working with, and a favour to your loved ones at home as well. Because you know what? It's all tied up together. Okay, guys. My name is Kate Kalin. This is Acumen Coaching, and do feel free to subscribe to be informed when I do these little videos. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.